Hey Magic One, welcome to your weekly tarot reading. I hope you're having a great week so far. Very soon I will be posting the 2022 yearly overview readings for each zodiac sign. I know I've been saying that for a couple of weeks, but I've had such a crazy start to the year. It's been really busy and it really does take so much time to do this. So I hope that you hang in with me there and I will get them to you very soon. If you wanted to get your own personalized tarot wheel that will show you the available energies for you for each month of the year that you can align your inspired action to, I am running a special on that reading through my website. You can use the code YOUR22 to get 22% off that at the moment. You'll find the link to my website down there and also to the other types of personal readings and healings that I do offer. You can also join the initiation at any time. That's my immersive learn tarot journey. If you're thinking about learning to read the cards for yourself, maybe your family, your friends, you can get immediate access to all of the online learning modules and videos and bits and pieces when you sign up, and you get lifetime access, so you can take as long as you want to get it done as well. So that is about it from me. I just wanted to pop in and say hi and wish you a week of love and magic. Let's head across to your tarot reading now. Virgo, welcome to your tarot reading for January 31st to February the 6th. Let's see what may be on the cards for you. I've got the 9 card block, 3 recent past, 3 current or focus energy, 3 near future outcome, bottom of the deck energy, oracles, and a lead tarot energy. I'm using the Radiant Rider-Waite deck this week, guys, and burning my Archangel Michael protection candle. My friend, she makes these for her Etsy store, Starstruck Magical. You might want to check that out. She makes energy candles, protection candles, zodiac candles, ritual festival candles, and they are all really beautiful and smell delicious as well. Also, Taurus, I woke up this morning to learn that I have a scammer on Instagram. The funny thing is they actually have more followers than what I have, like double the followers over there, so they're a very popular scammer. The not so funny thing is that they are following my followers and offering you readings. I would never do that. I believe that requesting a reading is a very personal calling. Please be mindful of people that are impersonating from accounts that have a very similar title but are not quite the same, the account name, okay? Another funny thing is what they asked some of my followers, you know, for your date of birth, a photo, a picture of your palm, but also what your favorite fruit was. I mean, come on, guys. These scammers are not very good at what they do, I have to say. Okay, on with the reading. I will start over here with the oracles. Now, the first one out was no. Wait, pause, postpone, say no. I have a feeling that there is more information to come through, maybe about a person or an opportunity. Just be mindful. This is that real energy of be discerning this week. Whether it's about, you know, fake Instagram accounts or the people that you were dealing with, make sure you look beyond the surface and, you know, just really be mindful. If something doesn't feel right for you, say no, and you know, understand that no is a full sentence. You don't have to justify, you don't have to validate. You have the right to say no. Okay, next message. Starseed, what lights you up? Well, okay, we've got the Ace of Wands in this reading. So I really feel that there is some kind of need or calling within you, Virgo, to increase the level of passion in your life, to use and unlock deeper levels of potential within yourself. And I feel like this is just a really big theme in the collective the last couple of years. You know, so many of us are not wanting to do jobs that just feel like a means to an end. We want to feel aligned. We want to live in places that resonate with us, whether that's living in the city around the bright lights and the hustle and bustle, or whether that is more of a peaceful setting in nature. We all have different callings, but this is a time, I think the real message is that we're awakening to the fact that life is short and we really want to be living a life on purpose. You'll see the word starseed here. Some of you are realizing that you are light workers, that maybe, you know, you are here to really hold the light and help this shift into the, this beautiful energy of love, out of this energy of fear, out of the density that we really have been moving through as we move through the collective shadow is what we're going through at the moment. So there could be changes on the horizon for you. You might be in the process of making a lot of life changes. I know I've most definitely been on that journey and continue to take that journey in my life as I, do this kind of work, and I've made so many changes of shedding old skins that just do not align for me. The tarot energy is the Star. It is the major arcana of Aquarius. We had the King of Swords, which is the minor arcana of Aquarius at the bottom of the deck, and we have a new moon in Aquarius on the 1st of February, okay? You may be watching this reading before then or after then, but it's an energy that usually expands, a few days either side. So this is a really an interesting energy, because Aquarius is about, truth, expansion. It is about, it really is this energy of wanting to do things differently. Aquarian energy is not really one that kind of follows the norms. It is, how can we do this differently? How can we be inventive? How can we just see the big picture here, and how can we move towards and align to our truth? So I feel that that is the journey here. It really supports the message we just spoke about. It can also talk about, it's rebirth, it's recalibration, it's deep healing, and it is the card of divine wish fulfillment. What is your divine nature, your soul, your spirit really want you to do? What is the truth of that, and how can you move further onto the path with the decisions that you make this week? So jumping into the tarot, we had in the recent past the Sun, the Five of Swords, and the Ace of Wands. Now the Sun kind of came out in reverse. I always put my cards upright for reading them. I just take that into consideration when I read. I feel that with the Sun in reverse next to the Five of Swords, there could have been a situation that was literally like, stealing your thunder or dimming your light. Sun in reverse, stealing my positivity, really putting me in that toxic energy. And the Five of Swords is, conflict or battle. Now the Five of Swords can be conflict within ourselves, I want to move past this job, but it pays me well and I feel like I should because it's a good job. Or, I don't know if I'm in alignment with my partner or my husband, my wife anymore, but I committed to this. Therefore, I will sit in my conflict and try and honor that commitment I made. It can be, literal, low vibrational energy that we are dealing with, corporate politics, gossip, people that, have an agenda with us. We've got the Devil and the Seven of Cups in this reading, right? The illusions we buy into or something like that. So I really think it's time to assess where this energy lies in your life and consider, taking a big picture vision and a sword to it and cutting yourself free. The Sun wants you to rebirth. It is a Leo energy. You have strength here in the reading, which is a Leo energy. Leo rules the heart and the spine. So this is about, sometimes we need to have a backbone and follow the heart, okay? Follow the intuition and follow the calling. We might feel unsupported with the Sun in reverse, okay? The people that I thought had my back just don't. They haven't followed through. But if we are still engaging in that situation, we're a willing party, okay? We can say no and move towards what lights us up, shed a skin and rebirth, the Star. So I feel that's where the Ace of Wands comes in. There might even be, I'm getting some little goosebumps as I move through this. Maybe it's a message from me as well. The Ace of Wands, you could have already had a new offer come in. Sometimes we stay in a situation that, doesn't feel in alignment until something better comes along. It's not a great strategy, but it's a strategy that a lot of us do use because we're really trying. It's usually coming from a good place, right? We're trying to honor what we committed to. So the Ace of Wands, it could even be that you've met somebody else that you feel a lot of chemistry with and you really want to explore it, but you're in this situation that you need to resolve first. For some of you, it can be the offer of, a new line of work or a new way to make money that feels so much more on purpose for you, that feels like it has greater potential and you really want to move towards that, is what I'm feeling here. So The Ace of Wands for me is also, you know, awakening more deeply spiritually, like we've kind of talked about, and wanting to move away from the drainers, the time wasters, the dense energy, or whatever is not following through in our lives, okay? Other people that made those promises to us that have just ended up, you know, not living up to it. Current focus energy, Two of Swords, Nine of Cups, Devil. So you're at a crossroads, okay? The Two of Swords is the weighing up your options. I can stay where I am. I know what I'm going to get unless we both take the work of transformation. You're going to get a similar result, guys. That's just how it works unless there is change. You know, there is no change in the energetic conditions of that situation. We will get a similar result. Or we can step towards the new. It's unknown. Yeah. It is unknown, but we have the opportunity to get a different result. So that's what I feel that you're trying to weigh up. With the Two of Swords, there's this kind of message to not be blinded in this decision making by emotions, by feeling bad, by trying to honor commitments that are not committed to us. Instead, it's the moon energy. Follow that intuition. But that we see that new moon here again. I feel like 1st of February around then is really pivotal for you. You may be dealing with a Capricorn with the Devil energy, but with Capricorn, 5 of Swords, 7 of Cups, I feel like you were dealing with a situation that has levels, layers, and potentially agendas. Maybe has become a bit of a tie, a binding, and there's obviously many different levels of that. It could be that you're limiting yourself by trying to stay in something that's no longer meant for you. With the Nine of Cups at the center of the reading, you know, there is an opportunity for happiness and for raising your vibration here. But looking at the energies, I feel that the gateway to that is the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is a completion energy, and it is generally a final completion energy. It sits next to the Seven of Cups, and the Seven of Cups is, you know, the illusions that we buy into. It says that within the situation, you know, if you're honest with yourself, you haven't had your emotional needs met. We're at the Seven of Cups where sometimes it's like we're buying into the fantasy of, oh, it's not that bad, it's okay, but they said they're going to do this. They said they're going to give me a pay rise. They said they're going to, you know, work on themselves. But we know what comes after the Seven of Cups, and that's the 8, and that is the moving away, because we've had the realization that we can never complete the picture in this situation, and we move away to get to the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, the earthly realization of the divine wish fulfillment of the star. So this week is about coming to terms with, you know, the actual truth of the situation, being the King of Swords, the one that sits above, eagle eye perspective, and looks at exactly what is going on, the exact truth of the situation, so that strategic moves can be made to transform it. I always say with the Seven of Cups that it's like, you know, that carrot was dangled, or, you know, the results or what you were truly looking for in this situation was just always at an arm's length and never really showed up. It can be a card of hollow promises, hollow words without that follow through. The Strength card is here, and it says that we're going to need to use some strength, courage, and determination, okay, to follow the heart, to have that backbone, to listen to the higher self as to what to do here, because the unlocking of that deeper potential within you, see that infinity sign here, is potentially on the other side of the situation. We see the new dawn, the new day, after the final completion of the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords can feel like there was an element of betrayal here, whether you betrayed yourself by buying into the illusion, or whether somebody else, you know, had that kind of breadcrumbing approach with you, gave you just enough to keep you there, but not enough to make you satisfied. You know, that's the kind of energy I'm feeling. Nine of Wands, yeah. And the Nine of Wands for me is being really, really close to ending the struggle, and it says that you have really put up a good fight here, and you've got the battle scars to show for it. But you're just one wand away, right? One saying yes to an opportunity away from The Ten of Wands, relieving the stress, taking that weight off your shoulders, and being able to see new pathways for your life. Well, I've got the Lovers. Yeah. The Lovers is a card of Gemini, and it's about moving towards harmony in your life. Potentially, you know, soul contracts and relationships that feel aligned for you. But it's also one of the biggest cards of choice in the tarot. Before it was just, you know, you see this card and go, soulmate. For me, it's a card of choice around matters of the heart, and we're asked to choose wisely, because in our choice lies our destiny. So we choose the same, we get the same result. We choose differently, and we end the cycle, and we move to the new learning. And potentially, if we choose wisely and use discernment, we move towards something that feels right, that lights us up. The bottom of the deck, I have the Universe, and this is the World, the last major arcana that comes after the final judgment. And it's a card of victory, and it's victory that it's achieved by closing the doors that are ready to close anyway, and stepping boldly with strength and courage into the new cycle, into the new chapter. So Virgo, I will leave that with you and wish you all the best if it's your reading. I hope you enjoyed this channel tarot message, keeping in mind as a general reading for the collective. It may or may not resonate for you. Drop me a comment if you're called to share. I do read them all, Virgo, and I do my best to interact with all of you over there as well. I genuinely really love interacting with you if I can. It really does help support the channel, as well as when you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm all into energy and the energy exchange, so that would help me if you do that. And also liking, sharing and commenting on the video. Virgo, it's been a pleasure to read your cards. I'm wishing you all the best with this energy, and I will see you back here for another reading next week. Bye for now.